Alright, so or as those of you who are here after day 4 of the Innovation Awards, as you all will know, I fucked up the recording of day 3 and I did not record anything beyond the intro of that video, and this is the new intro. So what I've decided to do is that I'm going to do it like I did in my NHL Blast video, where I just talk about what the hell I did, what each game in the running was about, and what I voted for and why. Also, which game won, even though we know it's Arsenal already. This is basically the best way I have at doing it. I have no other way. And yeah, we better. I'm going. Hopefully, if you're here again, Fezzy, the person who commented that you are not letting this slide on my previous video, will see this, and I once again reiterate my apologies for fucking up the recording and not getting this video out before day 4. I promise that it probably will not happen again. I will assure you all that day 5 will be released in a few hours from this video, and that both day 6 is already recorded, and day 7 will be recorded tomorrow, and they will both be released. So yeah, dual upload days, 2 in a row. Let's go. But yeah, let's get started. So I'm pretty sure the first game I played was Arsenal. So let's start with the Arsenal clips.
Show me what you're made of.
Alright, so this is the Arsenal gameplay that I was able to record. So, basically I did not vote for Arsenal, but I do really like the game, just because I didn't vote for it. The main reason why I didn't vote for it, if we go back just a little bit here, this is kind of a nitpicky reason, but look at this. Fucking Opera GX? Really, Arsenal? You sponsor fucking Opera GX? Really, man? Really? Why you sponsor Opera GX for, dude? Come on, you're better than this shit, ROLVe. Come on, man. This unfucking acceptable. No, that's literally my only reason. Yeah, I really like Arsenal because it's just one of those like free shooter games where like if you're a complete noob, you're not restricted to just one gun. Like you don't have to get good to unlock every single gun in the game. You're not. What I'm saying is that you're not put at an advantage just because you're new to the game. Like you have the same chance to be as good as everyone else because you have the same guns that everyone else gets to use. You can only get cosmetics in the game, which is what I like about it most, because most other like free-for-all shooter games like this don't have that type of style. But yeah, this match ended up going pretty quickly. That was all I really had to say about the game. I was more focused on playing this match, but this match went pretty quickly. I ended up in 9th place because I suck at the game. But yeah, that's all I had to say about Arsenal. Let's move on to the next game. There sadly wasn't too much to say about Gunfight Arena, other than the fact that it was basically just a crappier version of Arsenal. Yeah, I'll just wait till we get to the round to start, talking. I think the game's pretty self-explainable. Yeah, no, point out. I just assume we gotta go start shooting, right? So, one thing you guys must take notice of is that of the 8 top occupancy spots, the blue team had 6 of them, meaning this was already a very one-sided match to join in. Another thing about this map is that it was very closed map. Like, you can see how many walls there were basically everywhere. It was impossible to see where the hell anyone on the red team was. It's also kind of violent with all the blood spurting. But yeah, there's ammo boxes and I think a few med tools, just like an Arsenal. I mean, seriously. I don't know what the hell happened here. I'm assuming the safe spots just like switched places. But yeah, there were literally no red players in sight, which means what I think this means is that there was no there was no equal team setting. Like there was no way both teams would have an equal amount of players because there were hardly any players. Yeah, notice how they all say ready for unlock. So it's like Arsenal, but guess what? You have to spend your money on unlocking weapons, meaning, you know, if you're a new player to the game and you're not as good, oh well, go fuck yourself is what the game's basically telling you. Which is one way significantly worse than most. Yeah, there's not really much more we need to see about this. It's basically just like Arsenal. I'm not going to say that Arsenal's like how you should be, but if you're going to make a game that has the same structure as Arsenal, but then fail at everything that they're good at, then you're not getting a vote. And in my opinion, this is the fourth worst game. I mean, yeah, this is the worst game. I don't know why I said fourth worst. But yeah, it is the worst one of the four. I don't even understand how the hell this got nominated over something like Phantom Forces, because that's actually a genuinely good game. But, oh well, let's move on. So, you can probably tell, this was my second place option. It's a game called Helmet. Pretty funny word. But, basically, this is one of the glaring flaws of the Innovation Awards. This game, as you can probably tell, is a SWAT simulator game, where it's basically you go on a SWAT team and you infiltrate a place with just like bad criminals, whatever, and you have to save hostages while shooting at criminals. But this does not belong with the first two options we've seen. This doesn't belong in the same category as Arsenal or with the gun, whatever the hell it was called, the game, the stupid ripoff. It's completely idiotic because you have one community of people who like the boom boom pow die aesthetic of killing other players, and a whole nother community who like this whole aesthetic of killing NPC criminals. That's not comparable at all. That's like comparing apples and oranges. And when you have the game that is meant to be like complete dopamine burst like Arsenal versus this game which is more of just like completing a mission for a bigger burst, obviously, you know, the little kids who like Arsenal more are going to vote for that en masse, leaving games like these which are complete works of art to be blown into the dust. Not saying Arsenal's a bad game, it's just this game, as you're going to see, is extremely well made and is actually really, really good. Just the tutorial stage is really good, except for one flaw I'm going to get angry about later. But yeah, let me just show you a few things while skipping through this thing. So yeah. And we're lucky because all the game audio recorded too. Because this menu music is just phenomenal. It's really cool. I really love this game's aesthetic too. The whole thing is like, it's not like the events of the SWAT break-in are happening at the present time. I think what it's supposed to be is more of like just someone discovering a computer full of old recordings of SWAT events that happen. Cause yeah, so I try to figure out what the hell's going on here. Wondering where the hell the tutorial is. I finally realized that I didn't realize that yet. And now I realized this was a tutorial level. But yeah, after I realized the create button was right there, like the idiot I am not noticing that earlier, I finally start the game. Okay, look at this. Like, this game is so immersive, I genuinely thought it was opening up my media player for a second. And look at this. Like, this isn't my Windows button. This is still part of the game. This is insane. It's still part of the entire game. This isn't me on the Windows, on the folder app. It's me in complete bamboozlement. Yeah, the entire thing, you load out all of that, the entire menu for what you're about to do is strictly within this entire little file folder. It's completely insane. If this game was on its own in its own little category of just SWAT mission games, it would have definitely won. I'm sure it would have blown the others out of the water. Yeah, ready up for the tutorial. So the tutorial, so like, look, this is like, it's like a recording. I deadass thought my computer crashed. This is still part of the game. Obviously, like, I I hadn't read this. I seriously thought that this was my computer crashing from the game's quality. No, that was still part of the entire game. See, it's basically a basic tutorial, but like, look at this entire aesthetic. It looks like an old recording. It's insane. One of the most ingenious methods of showing me a tutorial. And now we get to this god-awful door. So, it says space to interact. So, like, you hit space. Now, the entire gimmick is that you're supposed to kick down the door. Except then you got these goddamn hieroglyphics. Like, you hit space to open, you hit space to push, and you hit space to kick. How do you differentiate between the two? Look, what the hell is this? The white rectangle? There's no white rectangle key on my keyboard. I'm sure this is just me being an idiot, not knowing how to read basic tutorial instructions, but it just would not work. Like, I realize you have to kick it down somehow. I don't know, and then I just suddenly do it. And I'm trying to kick it again, but it isn't working. And then I finally get it. But yeah. So then you go into this like tutorial area where you have to shoot at criminals but not hostages. So it gives you this entire firing range that you have to activate yourself, which I did not notice until I looked. So I gotta shoot the criminal, but not the hostages. So I sucked at this. Yeah, but like, it's really incredible physics. Yeah, at this point I realized. And then this is where things began. So if we skip ahead a little bit. So I obviously passed that stage. And I didn't know how the hell this thing worked. That wasn't the tutorial's fault, though. That was more my fault, just being an idiot. But yeah. So if we keep going, I think to about here. So yeah. Then it teaches you how to handcuff or how to tie hostages up so they don't do anything. And then this part where it states that it's going to explode if I don't open it slowly. And I try to fucking open it slowly. Oh, I think I see where I fucked up now. Yeah, I see exactly where I fucked up. Wait a minute. You see, it's good that I can play these back. I just realized the difference. If the marker's up here, you're opening it. If it's down here, you're kicking it. I just now noticed that. Man, I wish I gotta get more footage. I honestly, after the Innovation Awards are done, might come back to play this game more. It's honestly, it deserves much more love. But yeah, I made this same mistake again and got pissed off and left. It sends you all the way back to the beginning if you die. But yeah, just here's me making the same dumbass mistake again. Yeah, very obviously looking down. I tried to read this diagram again to know how to help do it. But yeah, I still fucked it up. But yeah, I'm gonna have to play this again at some point. That was honestly a really good game, but you'll see in a moment here with Guts and Black Powder why I really, really loved this game way more. So we're on to Guts and Black Powder. This is the game I voted for, and you'll see in a minute why this game is drastically different from what we've seen so far. So yeah, first of all, graphics, basic menu crap. Crazy thing is, now, this isn't like a war battle simulator. You're not battling players. It's something much more darker, but honestly still really cool. So it's basically, at least this battle is set in, I think, damn, what period would this be in? Like probably mid to late 1800s Europe, in Germany. And so you're a group of French soldiers in this battle going through the town and I guess invading Germany. But for some reason, like, all the civilians are seen as like zombies. I don't know what this is based off of. But yeah, I just found that pretty cool. And I'm also a sucker for war games, so I really liked this game. But like, once again, it's a game where you're all teaming up with people and shooting NPC zombies. It's not like a SWAT game either, though, because this is like more of like an anarcho war aesthetic rather than a SWAT raid. So why was this lumped in with the other three? Why wasn't it given its own option? There are a multitude of other war games just like this one, which could have been given their own option. Oh yeah, that's right. It's because Roblox doesn't give a flying fuck about any of their lesser played communities because they don't give them enough money. Makes sense now. Still sucks though. I'll definitely be playing this game as well as the SWAT game in this channel after the Innovation Awards because these games are honestly so fucking cool and well made. But it's just they just don't give the same instant dopamine gratification that other games give, so they lose out immediately. Yeah, still it's really cool. And this game's also pretty real. I mean, you see how long it takes to just reload the musket because that's genuinely how long it took to reload a musket. But yeah, game's kind of fucked up, but honestly still really cool. Yeah, I really hope to see more of this game, just among other creators in the future, because it was really cool. We ended up dying. This was actually pretty funny. We were down to like this is the last dude standing. Everyone else already died to the zombie civilians. He was just running away from them. He's like genuinely trying his best to not die. But yeah, if we keep going, they're just all running over here. But yeah, like, you can even just make like call-outs that I think you can just like probably hit a certain keybind and the game will automatically chat them for you, which is probably extremely good coding. I've seen few games be able to replicate that. At least be able to put the call-out in the chat system, which is insane. But yeah, he got killed immediately, and that was the end of our battle. And yeah, but honestly, there's not really any distinct reason. I just love war games like these. Obviously, I got the least amount of votes, but I don't care. I thought this game was really cool, and yeah, that's why I voted for it. So yeah, I guess this will be the outro. You guys can see the image. I said there is nothing we can do. Because there was nothing we could do in this circumstance. But yeah, so basically the main thing about this is I voted this game. Arsenal won because of course it fucking did. And Roblox should do their Innovation Award system better. Alright? Well, I guess I'll see y'all later. I don't even know what fucking video is next. I guess five's probably gonna be next. Okay, well, see y'all later.